Hey folks, April Reigne. I want to show you at least the highlights of today's congressional hearing. It's not being covered that much in the news, and it should be because this has been going on. It's been an issue for 5 years. And they are just now, they being Wells Fargo, they're just now getting around to apologizing and kind of, sort of, but I get the feeling not really remedying the situation. So I've taken the highlights of it from today's hearing, which is September 29th. Enjoy.
The chair now recognizes the gentleman from California, Mr. Sherman.
Mr. Chairman, the American people need an assurance that this cross-selling mania that has afflicted Wells Fargo is not to be found at the other behemoth banks. And I would urge you to have hearings where we hear from the CEOs of B of A, Citi, the others. And until then, I hope that you would join with me in a letter of inquiry to ask what new account opening quotas they had for their bank tellers, how many people they fired for not meeting their quotas, or how many people they fired for opening phony accounts. We have Wells Fargo before me, but I don't think, Mr. Stumpf, that you should be alone in this joyous experience. Your colleagues should at least come forward with some assurance. You've got these forced arbitration clauses in your agreement with your customers. You've said, oh, they can have mediation too. Some of them want their day in court. Are you going to hold them to these forced arbitration clauses and screw them again out of their day in court, or are you willing to waive those clauses and say if you are caught up in this, you get your choice whether you have arbitration or not?
Thank you, Mr. Congressman. And I believe in arbitration. I think it's a fair way to
But your customers may want something else. Are you going to deprive them of that?
No, we're not. We're going to have them. We're going to pay for a mediator, and
if they want their day in court, are you going to screw them out of that?
This is not. We're taking this very seriously. I told our people.
Will you let them go to court if they want to go to court?
We're going to.
Yes or no?
No, but with an explanation.
No, but. Okay, thank you. That's a no. This sham was not an attempt to steal a few $1 million in fees from your customers, although that's important. Because you could say that few $1 million wasn't material. What was material is the price of your stock. You opened 2 million phony accounts and then went and told, and it had to be material because you were bragging about it to the people investing in your stock, that you had higher penetration rates, more accounts per customer, that the number of banking customers that had credit cards had grown from the mid 20% up to 42%. So it had to be material. You were talking about it. The peak firings, according to your own documents, was in 2013. So you knew you had a problem then.
Correct.
Why didn't you tell shareholders our penetration rates are phony, our new accounts are phony accounts, and when we tell you we're deepening our relationship with our customers, we're doing so by putting them through the ringer? What internal audit system did you have that assured you that you didn't have a material problem?
Congressman, I have to push back here. This is the behavior of people that we found that we did not want, and the vast majority of everything we do is right
Mr.
by our
Stumpf,
team members and customers.
You were firing, according to your own documents, the highest number of people in 2013, but bragging about your penetration rates, the number of accounts opening in 2014. So you knew it was material to shareholders, and you knew it was a phony number that you'd fired people from for falsifying.
Congressman, may I just have a second? Because we've gone back and looked. The 2 million accounts could not be ruled out. We don't know if those are good accounts or not good accounts because we've already looked at 20,000 credit
Reclaiming
cards.
my time, sir. You fired 5,300 people. You took 5,300 good Americans and turned them into felons. With a system that you created, benefited from, and drove your stock price up by bragging about your levels of new accounts.
Congressman,
we know that
I disagree with that.
I'm not surprised. We have institutions that are too big to fail. In 2008, we found that they were too big not to bail. The Eric Holder has told us that they are too big to jail, saying that he fears for putting them for bringing a criminal indictment. We now learn that they're too big to manage, too big to regulate. It's time to break them up.